In a world searching for gaming knowledge comes the man, the myth, a legend in his own mind, Critical. Welcome back, guys and gals. Critical here. Today I'm going to bring an episode of Subsistence on my co-op playthrough. And as you can see, we are having a storm. Yes, Cold Games has added dynamic weather to the game. Now, rain is what I've seen, thunder, lightning, heavy winds. I haven't seen anything beyond that. Now, normally I have my update video early, but unfortunately it just didn't happen. I couldn't get it done early. I mean, it's been a while since I've been on the game. Now you'll see it looks like the rain is coming through my house, so there's some nice lightning, but it actually isn't. If I go over there and stand, I'm not getting wet. And what I mean by getting wet, there's actually a status, a stasis of you actually getting wet. It's how long, I don't know how long I've got to stand out here to actually get wet. But if I get into the water, you get wet easily. Eventually I'll get the status of getting wet, and you have to get into a covered, oh, there we go. You'll see it on the lower right-hand side, I'm wet. Now, if I come into my house, I will eventually start drying. Or I can light my fireplace, and I'll start drying off as long as I'm standing near it. Now, I was making roofs because I wasn't sure if the water would come through the rock, and it won't. I asked Cold Games about that. Okay, I'm dry. One thing that I do know was something that was changed after the actual patch. The question is, where can I place it? This will work right here at the end. Originally, when Cold Games put up the changes, it was raining and I was on another profile, and I wanted to check. Oh, darn it. I wanted to check if a planter would actually get water when it was raining, and I didn't. And I sent him a message. I said, oh, come on. That's messed up. We need to be able to have planters get water from the rain if they're outside. And he said it's something he was probably going to have to do later on. But I said people are going to be up in arms if you add weather and their planters that are actually sitting outside aren't getting actual water from it. They're going to be a little bit upset. So I think he went and changed it before the update went out. I don't know how far out into the water it has to be. Unfortunately, I don't have any uncovered area. That should be enough. That planter should be getting water. We'll let it sit out there and we'll see how much water it gets. Now, I haven't seen lightning strikes, meaning I don't know if you can actually get struck by lightning, but I haven't seen that. Now, with everybody up in arms before about the water situation, Cold Games did add the ability to extract water again, so you can extract any of the ores or water. I still think that's going to be a temporary measure. I think that eventually Cold Games is going to have it so that there's a way to collect water from a well that isn't just getting water bottles, because one of the problems with having water bottles is you can't use a water bottle when cooking in the stove to make the new meals and stuff. So for right now, what he's allowed us to do is the ability to fill a canteen from a water bottle. Now, one bottle of water fills a canteen. Now, the problem with this is I don't think you can use berry water. No, you can't. Which means, so berry water, it's either you're going to have berry water or you're going to have regular water. If you want to fill your canteens from the bottle of water, you're giving up the ability to have berry water. Berry water isn't as useful, I guess, as it used to be, but it used to be the cat's meow. All right, let's just be honest. but it does give you clean water right out of the well, which is nice. All right, let me see if this has gotten anything. I don't think it's far enough out to be considered in the rain, but it hasn't gone down. It's still at 80%. Maybe it's gaining enough water to balance. Now, another thing that he changed is that if you have a full chicken and you want to make the chicken stew needs rear chicken meat. When he made that change with the whole chicken, which I don't have one right now, if your chicken was level 10, you had a whole chicken, you couldn't cut it. Now you can cut that chicken up. So that's another nice change. Got to check this again. If that fertilizer gets below 60%, because that's 61, and the water stays at 80, then I think that's actually adequate. It's a good balance of getting... I'm not gaining water in there, but my plants, with all the spots filled, isn't using any water. That'd be great. I don't think your animals get water from the rain. That would be a nice addition too, but still think we need like an actual well where you can fill up buckets or something. That would be really nice. I've got this on. I don't need it on. I'm going to turn it off. I like the lightning effect. It really does catch your attention. And I think the rain is actually a good thing. I don't think it affects any of the animals or the hunters. I don't think any of their actions or the way they move around change. Anything like that is different. Now, there has been a change with BCUs. The way the hunters decide what BCU is changed. There's, depending on the status of the BCU, is if the hunters will attack it. And we're not sure what that means yet. We haven't identified what that means. And you can see I'm staying dry in this cave. Even though it looks like the rain's coming through there, that's just a graphical glitch. When you get over to it, you're bone dry. And he worked hard to make sure that... See, it looks like it's raining through my entire house. But it's not. My house is dry. Which is nice. But if you go to a BCU, you can click off showing the beacon. Another thing is, in a co-op world, if you have multiple BCUs, and see, there we go. All right, so my fertilizer's gone down, but my water is holding steady. So I think a planter that had fewer plants in it might actually gain water, but my water is holding steady at 80%. I'm happy with that. That's awesome. And see, these are actually using water. They were all basically around the same level. So there's a good showing of that. So now I need to rebuild this and provide a planter area out here for my... so they get water. Question is, do I push out this way to do it? No, I like this as a view. I'll have to go out the back. It's just going to have to go out the back. Oh, and the rain's done. Now, the next time we come back, I bet you it'll be lower in water now. Cool. Now, the dynamic weather system is set up so that the storm systems push through. So it's not like it's just clear and then all of a sudden it starts raining. You'll have clear skies, it'll get a little bit cloudy, then it gets a little more cloudy, and then the winds pick up. Then you'll have a storm system come through, and the rain seems to end kind of quickly. I think he needs to work on that and have it kind of taper off, because that seemed to end kind of quick. But the next thing I want to see is some type of rain collector system. Since we have rain, I mean, the poor guy, he responds to what, we've always wanted rain. We've always wanted to be able to turn off BCU map markers. Now we can do that, and now we're asking for other stuff. It's just not fair to the poor guy. But I think now that we have rain, we have to have some way to utilize that natural resource and to collect the rain. I don't know how we're gonna collect it. I don't know if I can even reach this. Oh, I know where. Just drop down here. See, this one is building mass, but I don't think... I think I was at 100 mass when I took all the stuff apart over here. And it will not build mass any longer. I'll have to go up there and turn that one off. And I still need to finish moving this over. I haven't been playing games. I've had some pain in my neck, unfortunately. Really bad, too. I hurt something. I don't know how I did it or when I did it, but I hurt something. And between that and I lost my assistant manager at work again, so I'll be working 7 days a week starting next weekend. So yeah, my life sucks. Wait, that wood looks wet. Oh, cool games. Am I seeing this? That looks wet. If that's wet, that's cool. I wonder if there's actually a different coloration on the wood based if it's wet or dry. If he's added that in too, that's cool as well. No, I'm standing on wood, which is why I created this, so I can stand on the wood and still be safe. I'm not safe. He's coming toward me. Run! Oh, I inadvertently drank some bad water. I was looking at the wolf and not looking at what I was doing. I inadvertently drank some bad water. Okay, well, I haven't had to use an antibiotic in like forever into the day, so no biggie. Use. And now I'm wet again because I was standing in the water. Eat a blueberry. Yep, I inadvertently double tapped on it and drank bad water, but that happens. Gotta be careful. So now I'm able to... Oh, now it's raining again. Okay, well, that's interesting. I got out of the rain and got right back into it. Okay, so it was a pause in the storm. I'm good with that. So I'm going to try to get back all of last week. I'm a little bit depressed, too, just because I just got done training all my people and I lose somebody else, and it's just heartbreaking. But... what are you going to do, right? So, down to 68 water, but it had stopped raining. Now it's going to keep raining, and I bet you the fertilizer keeps going down, and that'll stay at 68. I'll be interested to see that. Yeah, the ability to be able to collect water off a roof or something, and... so you don't have to boil it, that would be awesome. Or a way to use the stove to actually boil excess water. I think, yeah, he added an extra slot here for crafting, so instead of 3, it's 4 now. No, he said that, and then there's extra crafting slots in the workbench as well. Now, something else that was changed, I didn't really want to go try it because I don't want to die, is there's a new marker. There's supposed to be a new sound and a new death marker. So if I'm going to mess with this, I need to craft a bed real quick. I'll go test. You guys know I'm going to test everything for you. But I'm going to take my armor and I'll leave all my stuff here. I'm not going to sacrifice my supplies. I've had some really bad luck with that, and I'm not going to do that. So let's make a bed. It'll come with a spawn, so I don't have to waste any more energy. Though I'm almost out of energy. Ooh. Took a lot of my energy. Let me... excuse the noise, but I'm going to turn those on to get my power back up. Alright, so now I've got a bed. And... bed looks different. I haven't made a bed in a while. I'm not sure when it changed, but the bed is different. And they're attacking my other base. They're not attacking this one. I'm not sure if that means anything, but they are attacking my other base right now. All right, so I want to leave all my stuff behind. I'm trying to find a good box. This is a good box to drop everything off. I'll lose the ammo in though, so I'm not going to take them with me. Now I'm going to leave a few. I'll take some stuff with me, but I'll take stuff that I don't mind losing. I've got a ton of this stuff, so I want to make sure that there's something in my inventory. You know what? I can take some ash with me. That'd be a good test. Split half again. There we go. I'll take a little bit of ash with me. And if I remember correctly, anything that's 1, you get it back no matter what. I think that's enough. I'm gonna lose all my health I've gained up. Oh well. I want to see this. There's a new bag that you get for when you die. So I want to find an animal. Here's a bear. All right, come here. I want you to come on top of my house and kill me, because his area is over there. He'll probably head back to his area. And I'm sick again. But now you've seen a new bag, and Cold Games has tried to make it so that your bag doesn't drop through the rock anymore. So there's the new bag. It's not a box, and you're supposed to be able to see all the stuff that's in there. Now, hoping that guy buggers off. We'll have to wait and see. Yeah, I lost all my health, all the health I gained, but that's okay. Oh, fertilizer's down and water's up to 68. I'm sick again, but I'm going to wait until... There's my death marker. Come here. Come here, bear. Come on. Come here, bear. Now, this is what you do when if an animal is stuck on top of your body. Ooh, I saw rogue hunters. This isn't good. This is bad timing, rogue hunters. Now, the thing about the water is it makes you colder. So if you're anywhere near high altitude, like near the mountain or something, and you're wet, you'll get colder faster. All right, I'm gonna see if I can duck. Ooh, a zip sound. Oh, okay, you have more than enough inventory space to hold everything. And you have the take all button too. Okay, I didn't want to test it. So I didn't lose it when I was on top of a rock, so that's a good test on that. Ooh, the storm's getting bad. Let's get back in. I'm all wet. I'm wet. I'm cold. I need to turn on my stove and warm me up. All right, well, I'll take that. I guess I got a free bandage out of the test. I guess it wasn't all lost. Oh, base beacon, thank you. Appreciate that. Like, I didn't know where my house was. And I don't know why I'm keeping this spoiled meat. I'm waiting to see if it has any type of use. Oh, I didn't have that. Start collecting all the stuff that I did have. And get all my armor and clothing. Now, my armor and clothing is dry. I want to test something here. I'm going to go out and get wet. I used 2 of my antibiotics today. I'll have to craft some more antibiotics up, but that's okay. Man, this whole episode's... And this is a bigger storm, too. This whole episode's been a rainy one. Okay, I'm wet. Now I'm going to go back inside real quick. Yep, see how it's maintained the water level, but now my fertilizer's out? That's perfect. Okay. And turn off the drone. That sounds all quiet. Now, if you go inside and outside, the noises are changed. If you're out here, You can hear all the animal noises. You can hear the wind and the rain. If you're inside a completely covered area, those sounds drop off. Now, mine's a little not perfect. If I were to enclose this perfectly, it would be. Because I have these openings that go directly onto my balcony. But if you had a completely enclosed place, it would be better. And you can see I'm already dry, so I already dried. Let's go back out here. I'm gonna put my clothing on. Let my clothing get wet, and then you'll have a drying. If you actually go like into the lake, you go jump into the lake. Let's go jump in the lake real quick. Of course, I don't have anything on my bar like an idiot. Let me put some of this, at least something on my bar to protect myself. If your clothes get completely soaked, like you jump in the water, see, I'm wet. There's no degree, but you'll have what it's called drying. And the hunters are attacking, and I'm running right toward where the hunter. I don't need to die again. I already used the bed spawn. I don't want to use, don't want to spawn out in the middle of nowhere. I'm going to pull to the far side over here, let them... Yep, there they are attacking. I'm leaving those guys alone. I'm let them do what they want to do for a minute. I'm doing testing. Alright, we're going to the water. Make sure I'm all good and wet. Now it's dark and you guys can't see anything. Excuse the darkness. I'm going to run home real quick. I need to eat some food. Man, I was up to 85. Might as well grab this as I'm running by. Actually, well worth it. I need the rifle rounds. Okay, the lightning at night, that was awesome. That was pretty cool. Man, the entire episode has been raining. It stopped raining for like 10 minutes, and that was it. Well, not 10 minutes, like 5. But 10 minutes, I guess, in game time. My chickens are level 8. I'm waiting for them to reach level 10. Alright, go ahead and turn on my light. There you can see how the water's... Now you can see I'm drying because I'm in a warm area. Even if I'm not near my fire, I'm drying. Now I'm still wet. Now I'm drying again. And this means I'm drying my clothes or drying my body. I get your body dries faster, of course your clothes take longer. Which is kind of a no-brainer. That's how it, reality works. Not that this game's anything about reality, but you know what I'm saying. Alright. Oh, no, pick that back up. Do not lose water. Water's too precious. And let's eat chicken and vegetables. That's good for an increase. I need to catch more chickens so I can keep making chicken stews. Let me see what my bed... Yep, see, I use that spawn. I'm going to buy a spawn. I mean, if I'm going to have a bed, I'm going to go ahead and have a spawn on it. It's stupid not to have a spawn if you've invested in a bed in the game, in my opinion. Hold on. That goes there. Oh, wait. There we go. That's what happens when I mess with my inventory. Because then I go and do stupid stuff. And I went and did something stupid today. Got an extra axe. I'll reorganize all this stuff later. But that's most of the update. I didn't want to just read the notes. But there's also... Oh, one more thing I'll show you. If you go here and you go to... My mouse is moving because it's not on a flat surface. Help. If you spell help correctly. Now, there's new commands out there. You can list players in a co-op situation. You can kick players. You can kick and ban. List your bans. Clear the bans. Clear all bans. List bases. And then you can delete bases. So now when you have somebody in your world that you don't want to be in there, or they do something that you don't want them to do, you have some admin tools. You can kick them out of your game and they can't get back in. If somebody's come into the world, created a base, and then decided never to come back again, now you have this partially creative base, and it's, you know, let's say you go in your player world and just like 5 different bases, and somebody's come in, played for 10-15 minutes with you, and then decided to go off and play with somebody else, and now you've got their, you know, their BCU, which is affecting hunters. They've got their foundation and stuff, and it makes your world look ugly. You can identify that base and actually delete the base. There's also in the controls that I think you can actually walk up to something, look at it, and delete a buildable item. It's not a deconstruct. You're not getting anything back. You just delete it from the world. But it by default, it's not actually bound. I don't want to test. I don't want to play around with that because I don't know what it's going to do to my my single player co-op world. Now you can see the clouds are starting to break a little bit. Hopefully you guys can see that. And yep, I'm at 79 water. So I gained water because I'd gone down to 60 something. So my water actually increased while I was sitting out here in that last storm. That's nice to know. So definitely planters out in the, I love having planters inside, but now you want your planters outside because you want to take advantage of all that water you're getting from Mother Nature. That's just a no-brainer. But I've been Critical. This has been Subsistence on my softcore playthrough. Hope you guys have enjoyed this content. If you have, drop a like, consider subscribing, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.